What is the human mind? Humanity is yet to fully appreciate what an individual can achieve, realize, and become by simply putting their mind to work. History is littered with stories of ordinary men and women from ordinary backgrounds that you and I can identify with, who went to change the face of time and civilization forever by simply putting one thing to work: their mind. If there is something that all of us need to be trained to learn to exploit, is the human mind. You know how people tell you, oh, learn to put your money to work, oh, let your money work for you. If there is one thing that you can put to work that will never suffer inflation, it is the human mind. The human mind will give you returns that you've never imagined. The returns from the human mind are simply astronomical. Contrary to exploring space and exploring the depths of the ocean, the human mind is a personal initiative. You cannot relinquish the responsibility to explore your mind to someone else. However much I love my wife, I cannot explore her mind for her. However much I love my children, I cannot explore their minds for themselves. They all have to arrive at a point of taking personal responsibility and to dive deep within to unravel the thing that all of us have: the human mind. You will be shocked how many of us have never taken the curiosity to explore the human mind. How many of us have never asked ourselves, do I have a mind? Where is it? Does it express itself? What are those things that I can do purely from the human mind? That is the greatest adventure that any one of us can embark on: the adventure within. Outside medical practice, the legal practice is fascinated with the human mind. There are three distinct disciplines in the legal space that have gone at great lengths to distinguish the human brain from the human mind. The first one is criminal law. Criminal law is a very interesting area of law because criminal law deals with offenses that an individual commits against the state. There are certain offenses that we commit them at personal, private level. They don't amount to a crime. A crime is an offense that one commits against the state. So what is a crime? Criminal law defines a crime in this manner. A crime is a guilty act that an individual commits having a guilty mind. The guiltiness of the mind and the guiltiness of the act must both coincide at a point of law and fact, and the act must be committed without there being availability of a defense to the individual. So the guiltiness of the mind, it's called mens rea. The guiltiness of the act is called the actus reus. That is very interesting, that it doesn't matter what an individual has done. If the mind was not fruitful in that act, then that individual is not guilty. That is very interesting. The other area of law that has gone to great lengths to distill the mind and the place of the mind is contract law. In the contract law deals with agreements. Contract law deals with engagements that people have for pursuits of commercial interest. So what is a contract? A contract is any agreement that two people arrive on, each wishing to be bound by that agreement. So that is a contract. There is something very important in contract law that it's called the place of the mind. It doesn't matter how many pages an agreement has. It doesn't matter whether it's one page or 3,000 pages document, it really doesn't matter. What matters is, did the minds of the parties meet? And can we tell the meeting of the minds of the party at how the parties conducted themselves in the agreement process? That state is what it's called consensus ad idem, the meeting of the mind. If it can be proved that one of the parties' mind was not fruitful in that agreement, guess what happens to that document? It collapses. The third discipline, which is my favorite, intellectual property. Intellectual property defines itself as the creation of the human mind. It's very important for us to ask ourselves, how does the human mind create? The human mind creates through our hobbies. The human mind creates through our talents. The human mind creates through our knowledge. The human mind creates through our environments. The human mind creates through our expertise. The human mind creates through our innovativeness. The human mind, and we can go on and on and on to Timbuktu. So let me ask you, have you identified how your mind creates things? Have you ever identified how your mind expresses itself? Let me tell you, an observer watching you closely can arrive at this conclusion. Whatsoever you did emerged from your brain, or whatsoever you did emerged from your mind. The things that are emerging from the brain, they have one character trait: they are ordinary. So whenever you see someone do things that are just ordinary, just know that has emerged from his brain. When you see people do things that are extraordinary, those things have emerged from their mind. The greatest exploration, the greatest journey you can embark on is the journey to discover the most amazing part of your individuality that you're created with: your mind. Your mind is more than a tool. Your mind is more than a gadget. Your mind is more than a machine. Your mind is an extension of your personality. Your mind is an extension of your individuality. Your mind is you. If you can locate where your soul sits, then you are on your right way to discovering your mind. My name is Ogwang, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. God bless.